Hey Pisces, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing our reading for the month of August. We'll be taking a deep dive into what our guides need us to know about our life lessons, our journey, if there's any good news that we are something to look forward to. So remember, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, totally okay. Just leave it for those that need to hear right now and come back for the next month's reading. But if it, try to take the information that I do give you and place it in a way that makes the most sense in your life. And I'll kind of get into that while we're doing the reading because I know it's a lot of words and I promise it'll make sense. So let's just jump right in. Get the first card out for you guys. Lemur, and I'm not going to even pronounce that. So it just says creating heaven on earth is happening. I'm not going to pronounce that other word, but you could see it probably, hopefully. Yeah, so you're creating heaven on earth. It's happening. I think there's a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of things that are up in the air. Not just one thing. I think there's one major thing, but there's so many other good things that you're hoping will happen. Whether it be travel, friendships, relationships, family affair. There's just some things that there's a bunch of things. I'm getting like a lot of bubbles that like want to pop, but they can't pop because it's not the right time. And I'm getting a lot of things like this was, I think, Earth sign. I think Leo, Virgo. I think Leo and Virgo had something about divine timing. So if you have any fire sign or even earth sign, maybe you have like friends in that kind of bubble. Maybe you have that in your birth chart. You can go back and look at these. But there is something about divine timing here. And you're doing all the right steps to get there. Like you've put in the work. You've done all the work. There's steps that you've taken and created all that. So I think it's letting go is an important thing because I don't think you are. Really interesting because Leo and Virgo also had the Sun card. I don't know. Just saying. I'm going to get into that because there's something with that. I don't know why I'm being pushed to say something. So we have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Swords. I don't really like that, but the Sun. And there's a reason why. So I'm going to get into that. So a few things I'm going to say here. This might be a little bit complicated. This might resonate with some Pisces. It might resonate with others and other aspects, maybe all of them at once, maybe not at all, but there's a certain group of Pisces that need to hear this message. Again, try to place this in a way that makes sense in your life. So it might not be a relationship, it could be family, but just the subject could be something dependent on what your situation is. But I'm getting a sense that you've almost like neared an end to something, like you've come close to completing something, right? And I know that there was like such an uphill battle. I feel like there's multiple people. It's complex, and it could be like people on outside sources too. So you have a lot of complexities in your life right now. And a lot of it is like you fighting and vying for like being heard or understood, or I don't know, being in a situation that you didn't even need to be in, but you're in it. And I think that struggle's over finally because I have the Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like you finally are like, you know what? I feel like you went into hiding or are going into hiding. You're just like, whoa, like everyone leave me alone. Because I think it's like it was making you almost like have a bad taste in your mouth and you don't want to do it. And I am seeing the Seven of Swords, so there's something sneaky going around, like people like hurting each other and hurting you in turn. And it's just like, this wasn't what I signed up for. Like I didn't want this. So maybe it's friends group, maybe it's work, maybe family. I think it's like more of a friend group or work kind of thing in that regards. I'm not getting so much of a relationship, but it could be, right? Again, the subject matter depending on you because there's so many people watching and everyone's different. But there is that energy of like, I don't need to be around this. I feel like you kind of walked away, which is why I'm getting the energy of it's done. And now you can focus on what you love because the sun's here. That's after a storm, the sun comes out. This is something energetically is giving me passion again. I feel like you lost a little passion. But again, you did all the steps already, that those steps can't be taken back. So if you are having the passion for whatever that said thing is, it's coming back. And this is like, again, so the sun, childlike energy, newness. There's some new beginning, newness. And if you have, fertility issues, that's like a baby sign. So there's like the steps you've taken, there's fighting, there's a lot of messages for different people, for different Pisces. So take that where, where it resonates. But I'm seeing that there's like an end to that, and it's happening. So just realize, like, just hold on. You've done the right things, stepping away, walking away. I definitely feel like you did. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Hold on, that doesn't feel right. Let me do one more time. I wasn't paying attention. Let's do that one more time. Shadow. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the reason why I think that this messiness that came in was part of your shadow work, and it's all these different pieces. I think you're growing and have been growing this past year, I'm going to say year, into a different person. And I think you're starting to filter out different people in your life. Again, the sneakiness, there's like, I feel groups, so it could be friends, could be coworkers, maybe even family. Families aren't innocent, This is a shadow work. I feel like you've been doing that, and this is a healer guide, so there's a lot of healing that's happening. And I think that's another reason why you're creating heaven on earth is happening, because you're creating this by giving yourself the healing that you need. So this is validation from your guides that you're on the right path, you're doing all the right things. Again, that came up. That's crazy. Yeah. So the 5 of Wands. So this is what they're telling me. 5 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and 4 of Pentacles. You were holding on to something that was really not serving you, and I feel like you still might to an extent. Maybe because you have to, maybe because you can't walk away, maybe because you feel bad, whatever the case may be. There's still something that you're holding on to. So part of your shadow work right now, in order to be able to receive heaven on earth, again, it's happening. We still have some lessons that we have to get through, is to let go of this, because there's some aspects that are still fighting for, and there's competition. It's whether it's attention, whether it's like a competition in who's better in a career, or whatever the case may be. If you want the full picture, I think it's time to finally put the foot down. And I feel like that's been your theme. I feel like you have a hard time putting your foot down. Feel like it's a hard time for you to put yourself first. And that's part of the shadow work. Again, you're so close. Like, it is happening. So this thing that you've have been putting work, like, this is work that you put in yourself, work that you've done outside of yourself. There's things that are in play, but I see that it's not completely done. And the Wheel of Fortune here, it's cyclical. Like, I think that this cycle is really trying to close off here and kind of come anew and start the new cycle in the new era. So if you're still holding on to that, it'll be a setback. It will be a different lesson. It won't be you moving to the next thing. So keep that in mind. Like, you want to manifest all these beautiful things. Like, you really need to just push yourself and put yourself first. Because I don't think I feel like that's the theme that's been like that for so long. And I don't think that that's kind of happening, not to a full extent. I feel like you're holding on to things very strongly. Let's go ahead. Get the last card here for you guys. Oh, well, there's 2 here. I'm just going to do both of these. I don't know why. They came out. We're just going to do it. So, Visionary, I chart the stars, signs, and symbols to craft magic. That makes a lot of sense because we're creating heaven on earth, so you're manifesting something big. And Passion, I'm entering a portal of euphoric love. And I think if you put yourself forward first, that is the path. Like, you're gonna love yourself and create this beautiful heaven on earth, because it's up to you. Like, this is your life. This isn't life for anyone else. This is yours. And I think you can create this heaven on earth for yourself and for the people around you. And it takes a village. Everyone else has to be working on themselves, and so do you. So every little effort that you put in is going to have a ripple effect for the people around you. So I think that is like a good takeaway, because again, I just feel like you care so much about everyone else, and I'm seeing everyone, like, there's a lot of people not treating you correctly, and that is like stuff happening around, and it's like they're doing it all to each other. I don't know if that makes sense. I think there's time to kind of like put your foot down and be like, all right, that's it, I'm done. Like, this is enough. Because you have the ability to craft magic, clearly creating heaven on earth. But you're still in your way just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, you're so close. So much growth. So don't think that this is bad. There's so much growth. But again, there's people around you that are really bringing you down. And now I think you can get like a clear vision of like, okay, that's actually happening. That's validating, and I can walk away. Yeah. So we have the 9 of Swords, 10 of Cups, and 8 of Wands. So your happily ever after is here, but right now, current like here is coming. So that's, again, it's happening. So that's validating right here. 10 of Cups. Your cups are full. There's a picture of a family. So your like vision of like that life, the picture perfect family, the picture perfect job, like finances, everything, your happiness, adventure, the like, your circle needs to be small in order to do that. I think that's another thing, because maybe you surround yourself with a lot of friends, a lot of people, but like that doesn't matter. I think that's really weird for me to say, because I don't know how I don't know how I even feel about that message, but I think that's what your guides kind of want you to hear, because right now everything's like your stress and anxiety is almost keeping you up at night. I think you have so many factors, because it's not just one thing. It's not just a job. It's not just friends. It's not just family. It's like everything. And I think there's so many people that are like doing wrong by you, and like you can't control what they do, but you can control what they have access to, which is you. And I feel like if you make this decision, changes will happen very, very quickly. This is something that's coming through very, very, very rapidly, quickly, whether messages, phone calls, whatever. I like, if you are wanting a connection of some sort, and you're like something that you're manifesting, right? You're going to get that message pretty quickly the minute you make that change and shift. I think things are just going to fall into place for you. So keep that in mind, because that's pivotal. I think you were waiting for something. Again, creating heaven on earth is happening. I think you wanted to know if it was happening. And again, it could be anything: work, family, friends, relationship. Maybe you're looking for that person to come in to send you a message. But there's a lot of work that you have to do on yourself, you know? And you're so close. You're so, so, so close. Let's go ahead. Pull the last cards here, kind of like a something positive, some kind of positive feedback from guys to kind of close off this reading for the month of August. So we have responsibility, dedication, happiness and abundance, and intuition and inspiration. I mean, all of this relates so much to this reading, and I think that's beautiful. I'm going to repeat them one more time. So we have responsibilities and dedication. Yeah, like you have something that you want to happen. I think multiple things. I feel like there's so many things that are good that are happening in your life that haven't kind of come to fruition, and you're so dedicated to the things. And I think that, again, if you kind of put yourself first and kind of focus on that this is nobody else's but mine, and I created heaven on earth, I see the abundance. I see the happiness. And that's come out so many times. You have the sun. You have the 10 of Cups. Like, you have all this that's coming your way. It's just a matter of, like, do you put yourself first or not? Because that's what's needed in this situation in the month of August, or leading into September. I think there's a lot of self-reflection that needs to be done as well. And then we have intuition, inspiration, like, you know what to do. Like, let your guide inspire you to just keep moving forward, manifest that, see that future that you want. And everyone else, if they don't like fit that mold, goodbye. Like, that's it. Like, that's what your guides really want you to know, because there's so many people here that are just like in each other's business and not really supportive and just being negative, and it's just so draining. I don't know. So if this message did resonate, definitely like, subscribe, definitely leave a comment so people don't feel like they're alone. And thank you guys for coming back. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.